Hi, everybody. Meteorologist Joe Cioffi. Welcome to Weather in 5 days in 5 minutes on this Tuesday, July 23rd, 2019. What a day yesterday. I can't remember ever seeing whole states under severe thunderstorm warnings. And yes, New Jersey geographically in terms of miles is not is one of the smaller states, but nonetheless, almost every single county was under a severe thunderstorm warning there at one point. And if it wasn't a severe thunderstorm warning, the ones that weren't were under a flash flood warning, and some of them had both going on. It was an incredible day of severe weather and thunderstorms that ran up from Northeast Virginia and Maryland on up into southern New England. It was absolutely crazy. Now we have the weather front still pushed through, and some areas are getting some heavy rain. So we're going to take a look at that right now. And the emphasis this morning is on a second wave of low pressure. We're seeing heavy rains mainly as of 8 o'clock Eastern time from New York City east, and flash flooding that is occurring over Long Island at the moment. This wave is going by. There's some more rain back from southern Pennsylvania southwest into Virginia, and that is sliding northeastward. The whole trough and front is pivoting very slowly to the east. So as we go through the day, we should start to see this area generally shift eastward and allow us to start getting into the improving weather conditions that are back in central Pennsylvania and through upstate New York. But it's a work in progress, folks. This is going to take a while to play out. So we take a look at what the GFS model is doing. So there's that wave this morning sitting south of Long Island, which is where all your heavy rain is at the moment. Again, there isn't too much going on to the south and west, and then you have another band that comes in, and you see how most of it pushes more to the east than to the north. So you start to see this general improvement north and west. And this, by the way, is a reflection of what the radar is supposed to look like. So the first band in areas that are getting that will move out. Then we'll get into some more rain to the south. It's that gradual pivot eastward, so that finally by this evening, the frontal boundary for the most part is far enough offshore that we are seeing improvement. Now, there's some chance that there could be some lingering rain along the coast. There's a little bit of energy that still sort of hangs back, but that may just be model noise and completely overdone. And then it gets much better for Wednesday and for Thursday and for Friday. And it actually looks good for the weekend. Now, in terms of the temperatures going into this weekend, we are going to see temperatures warm up and humidity levels come up. But one of the things that's happening here is that the next high is actually going out to our east. And you can kind of pick out the high is out here, south of Nova Scotia and east of Cape Cod. So that really brings more of a wind coming in from off the ocean, which is going to temper how hot it's going to get. I think we're not going to push to extreme levels this time around. We're going to see temperatures eventually get up to the 80s to about 90, which is about where we're supposed to be for this time of year. I'm not thinking it's going to get much hotter than that through the weekend from what I'm seeing. Here's how it goes with high temperatures. First off, today, look at these numbers today. Think of how hot it was over the weekend. Everybody's pretty much sitting in a range from 70 to 75, from Northeast Virginia all the way up into southern New England, and some places even not getting out of the 60s as you go further north into Massachusetts and in parts of the middle Hudson Valley. Wednesday, we bring back sunshine. It's low humidity. Most highs will be lower 80s. It's going to be a really nice day on Wednesday. Very comfortable with sunshine. Thursday, we're going to start to nudge the temperatures a little bit higher, but still the humidity levels will be reasonable. Most highs, again, from Northeast Virginia to southern New England, running in a range of about 80 to 85. And then as we go into Friday, we're starting to go a little higher now. Now we're seeing some mostly middle 80s. With maybe a few areas pushing it up to about 87 or 8. The humidity levels come up a bit. There still should be a fair amount of sun. And then we head for the weekend where we see Saturday's highs generally running in the mid to upper 80s. Maybe some hot spots get close to 90, and we'll do the same for Sunday, middle to upper 80s with a few hot spots close to 90. And the other thing is, once this system is done, I believe, are done with rain for the rest of this weekend into this weekend. Just want to point out a couple of things on the satellite. First off, you see all the clouds that are around. You see where the back edge of the clearing is. Again, we're waiting for that pivot to move eastward. And the other thing to note is that we do have a tropical depression that is off the east coast of Florida. You'll notice that on the satellite, it's looking pretty ragged. Top winds are 35 miles an hour because there's some banding going on, and based on what the Hurricane Center can see on the Doppler, there probably are some winds running at about 35 knots or so. It's moving northward, and it's going to eventually turn to the northeast. It's going to respond to this frontal boundary to the north and turn northeast and probably accelerate out to the east northeast. And maybe at that point, the Hurricane Center indicates it could become a tropical storm, but that's when it's well offshore. But right now, nothing going on land-wise over the state of Florida, and again, moving northward and turning to the northeast. We'll have a bit more on this a little later today. So that wraps it up for weather in 5 days and 5 minutes. Keep in touch with all the latest weather information on my weather app, which you can download from Google Play or on the App Store. And we'll have more posts and more weather going on as we do every single day. And so we'll see you later.